university level?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, my name is Abdulwahid OLABODE GARBADEEN. I was born in one town here in Lagos State that I'm so proud of. And that place is no other than Ekpe. Blessed with fresh lagoon water and the best fresh fish you can find anywhere in the coastal line of Nigeria. That is Ekpe for you. There's no argument about that.
We're not contesting that.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks. So I don't need to stress
No, please.
So I was born there to this great GARBADEEN family of Alhaji Adebayo Muhibudin GARBADEEN and Alhaji Ataibat Aduni GARBADEEN, precisely 31st July 1962. And that makes me 62 today. I was born in 1962. And today,
you're still looking 50, you know?
Today I'm 62.
So we'll still have to allow you share tips on how to, you know,
okay. No, yeah.
That will be in the later part, yes.
We'll get there. Even though I always take it as people teasing me or, you know, just, I don't know. You know, I won't see myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know a lot of people say that. Okay. Glory be to God.
Well,
and this family to which I was born, it's a family known for education. And that family never joke with education. And as I speak with you, we have a lot of certificates to show for it. And that's the same house. We have a professor. That's a house that produce a commissioner. That's a house that produce an international World Bank consultant. It's a house that produce a UK-based lawyer and a lot of. So we never joke with education. So I started my education with early primary school, the best primary school you can lay your hand back then, because it means local authority primary school. That makes a government, colonial government a school. So I attended it. I did all my 6 years there. And I recall that I was sitting with the daughter of the district education officer.
Then.
And when you say district education officer, you are actually talking of God, Mr. Gafula. So the girl was very brilliant, and I was very brilliant too. I think the brilliance was why I think the father influenced that she'll be sitting with me.
Oh, okay.
So we put through primary school, and then the dream of any child is to go to Ekpe Grammar School.
Oh, okay.
Ekpe Grammar School then was the secondary school to go.
The talk of the state.
Yes. People even came from outside Ekpe to come and school there. And I think that subsists up to now.
Oh, really?
So that was my dream, but it was not to be. It was so painful. I was made to go to early modern school. So then we have what we call modern school, early modern school, where I spent 3 years.
Okay.
But I was seriously distracted. That was the period of my life that I was not a very serious person, because my mind was on secondary school. And then what they were teaching us in that modern school, it was too much for our level. Even the grammar they were talking, sometimes I couldn't cope. Are you with me? I couldn't cope. I just managed. Then all this literature of King Solomon's Mines, and the teacher would be saying this story with all seriousness, with impeccable English. And then the geography then to study Tanzania, study startup.
Wow, all of that.
All of this George Plateau, what is a plateau, what is a valley, what is a river, what is... So all this were made to go through. But at the point when I couldn't establish any option, I was forced to pay attention on the average.
Okay.
And towards the end, I lost interest totally again. My mind went back to secondary school. So I couldn't say much about the way I completed that modern school. But I did the 3 years there. I can't recall doing the final exam with them. I lost.
So it's not a memorable one.
Yes. But one thing I will not take away from it is that it really helped in building somebody up academically. So as luck we have it, I didn't even waste any year. After that 3 years in modern school, just got invitation to write the exam for Ekpe Grammar School.
Oh, okay, so you still have to go back to Ekpe Grammar School?
Yes, after 3 years. And some few people are lucky, they just went straight.
Oh.
Anyway, so I wrote the exam. I came out in flying colors.
Yeah, sure.
Came out in flying colors. And then that time you still have to do interview.
Oh.
Now you pass the exam is not automatic admission at all. And those at the panel during the interview, they were not smiling with anybody.
Wow.
The kind of question they will ask you and the things they look for you, your comportment, your behavior, your manners, your brilliance, your sharpness, a lot of variables that they will. And we went home with our hearts partially in our mouth. Open, and after a week or two, I can't remember, I was successful.
Oh, great.
And when I entered Ekpe Grammar School, I was coming either first, second, or third.
Yeah.
My first year, my class 1, my class 2, my class 3, my class 4. And I can remember a lot of friends. Most of them are in the US.
No.
UK now, most of them, they have become something so great. Professors in British universities, in American universities, some entrepreneurs, business owners, all of them in the United States. Yabo Lawal is one of them. Peter is one of them. And Obiku, the two Obikus, and so many of them like that. They were in. So anyway, the history I took out of Ekpe Grammar School was that in our fifth year, you know, it's 5 years.
Yes.
Class 5.
Then
you know, they have school every year.
Okay.
That's the prefects.
Yes.
Appointment prefect, senior girl, senior boy, labor, all those. They now created a brand new office that has never existed before, which is a punctuality prefect.
Oh, okay.
And if they are talking of coup, I think it started back then. I never knew that the school authority had observed that I was one of the usual latecomers. Usually, and that I was influential among my peers.
Okay.
So that's how they nominated me. And the announcement was made at the assembly hall. And come on, we couldn't believe it. Nobody could even.
For a habitual latecomer.
I was thinking, was it an error, a mistake, or?
I also think it could have been a corrective measure for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a way of making me to be a conformist.
Exactly.
Because they saw me as a non-conformist.
Because I haven't got that, do I call it a position? You would never get late.
You know it worked. You know what? You know my experience.
Yeah.
So I adjusted myself. I started going to school early. And once I get to, there's a place they call it Tamaru, where you have the Ekpe local government secretariat now.
Okay.
Once I got there back then, I just discovered that students were running from behind.
Wow.
They'll be running to make sure that I didn't get to the gate ahead of them. No, you can't believe it. The fear was palpable. Garbadeen. Me too.
You know, you had to leave the position.
Yes, the thing started getting to my head. I was raising shoulders. I was, as a Omokekere, So, but it all went well. I think we had an issue in between, but it was resolved. And then, sometimes there were complaints of high-handedness here and there, and they were resolved. So, we now finish, eventually. We did our WAEC. But for my set, another setback. Okay. For the whole set, Ekpe Grammar School, 1981, our English was cancelled.
Oops.
So we collected certificates.
Without English?
Without English. And you cannot...
you can't proceed.
You can't proceed. You can't get meaningful employment without English. Even in the civil service, you have a different category.
There's a place for maths and English.
Yes, if they take those one for level 4, you will probably be on level 3. So I wasn't happy about it. But I kept on. The first job offer I got in my life was through one sister. Where I got to know them when I was living in Princess Street. That's Salegogo in Lagos. Okay. Then we were living at somewhere called Agbole Fashola.
Okay.
the former governor, their family house.
Okay.
So the house was old then, they demolished it.
Is it
now.
from Ekpe also?
No, it's not from Ekpe, it's from Lagos.
Oh,
From
okay.
Lagos side.
Okay.
Their house in the, I was living there with my aunt. She's late now. I will remember my aunt's name now. I was, we called him Mama Toyi, Mama Toyi.
Okay.
So I was living with her, and then through somebody in the house, a neighbor, I got connected to her sister, who is a big trader at Akpogbo.
Okay.
The lady connected me to the manager of Union Bank.
Oh.
Just said I should go and meet the man. I went there. They offered me job.
Was that after secondary school?
After secondary school, without English. So I wrote the exam. I passed. We did the exam at Sabo. They have a facility at Sabo. That's where we wrote the exam. I passed very well. I think I scored above 70. So they called me for final interview. They're now asking for our documents. I gave them innocently. I gave them. But because of the influence of that man, they didn't tell me anything. They believed that they will report back to him. He was not part of the panel.
Yeah.
The Oga was not part of they should use discretion. The man now called that. Unfortunately, they cannot employ me because I don't have English. It was so painful.
Yeah, sure.
But as selfless as I am, I remember a mate of mine in secondary school who had done GCE in class 4 and he made it. So while his wife was had the English council, he had his English, so, and you can combine, you know.
Merged, yeah.
And I took him there and they employed him.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes, I don't want to mention his name. Some people know what I'm saying.
That's a good
And they gave
one.
him that employment. Of course, we remain friends. So eventually, Locke smiled on me through the magnanimity of Shiforon Killer,
Okay.
who was then the Director of Finance and Admin, National Youth Service Corps, headquarters, then in Surulere, Lagos, Babs Admashaw. My daddy talked to him when he came to Ekpe at the time that my son needed the job. He said they should send me to his office. I went there. He received me after waiting. I introduced myself. He asked me a few questions. I said they should take me to the registry. And I was employed that very
Same day.
And my joy knew no bounds.